Hello children, today we will start new lesson, very easy lesson, ratio and proportion. You know about both the terms very well, still we will revise it, okay. First let's talk what is ratio. Ratio is actually used for what? Normally for comparison, right? So comparison of two or even more quantities of the same kind with same units in the simplest form. All these three properties are must, you know it. What when we are comparing the quantities, they should be of same kind. For example, if we are talking about two kids and we are comparing something, normally you know what we compare about is say their we can talk about their height, okay, or we can talk about their marks. So when we are comparing either both children height we can compare or both their marks we can compare. We cannot take one person's height and one another person marks, means the quantities should be of the same kind. In that same kind also they should have same units, na? Somebody stays say 1 kilometer away and somebody's house is just 1 meter apart. So we cannot say ratio is 1:1, right? So their units are, though they are the same quantities, length, their units are important. They should be same. Then only you can write them into the ratio, right? Then only you can compare, right? And it should be written into the simplest form. You know it's a fraction and it has to be in the simplest form. Simplest form means all common factors are being cancelled. And how do we write ratio? Suppose any two quantities are there, A, ratio symbol B. How do you write? A is to B. You can write it as a fraction also here. How will you write? A upon B. Here first term is, A is the first term, B is the second term. You can also call as antecedent, okay, and B is known as consequent, okay. Now let's see how the order of terms matter in terms of ratio. See one example. Suppose there are two people, say Ram and Shyam, and we are talking about the ratio of their marks. So if the statement is ratio of marks of Ram and Shyam is 2:5, here compulsorily two parts belong to Ram and 5 parts belong to Shyam. So here order, in whichever order you have taken name or any quantity, whatever, that order is important. Ram will be related with 2 and 5 will be related, Shyam will be related with 5. You cannot change it. It will be a mistake. It helps us in solving so many problems here. Another thing I will explain, that ratio of the marks of these two people is 2:5. Does it mean that Ram has got 2 marks and Shyam has got 5 marks? No. It is one of the possibility. Why it will happen? They might have also got the marks, say 20 and 50 also. So in that case what is happening here? 20 upon 50 will be the ratio, and you know that the common factors are getting cancelled and the ratio comes as 2:5. So first thing which you have to fix in your mind is that ratio is 2:5. That does not mean that Ram has directly got 2 marks and Shyam has got 5 marks only. They might have got 20 and 50 also, they might have got 200 and 500 also, or they might have got 2 and 5 also. So it depends on what is the common factor being cancelled here. Here the common factor was what? 10, right? So how to get the original mark? If you know that the common factor here was 10, multiply 2 and 5 both by 10, you get the original marks 20 and 50. If it was 100, common factor which was cancelled was 100, they must have got 205 marks. And if supposing, sometimes it may happen and no common factor means what? 1, then in that case really they will get 2 and 5 marks also. So this part should also be very clear to you. And since the common factor is being cancelled, so suppose here in this case if I do not know what was the common factor, then if I assume it as x, then first person's mark will become 2x and another person's marks will become 5x. You must have understood now what it is. Common multiple we say here, right? Okay, so I think about ratio everyone has remembered everything whatever you have studied so far. Let's go for another familiar concept to you, that is proportion. Proportion is what? As you know, it is the statement of equality of two ratios. Means what? Suppose I have got a ratio, say A is to B. How I'll write is A upon B. And another ratio I have got C is to D. Sorry, that is C upon D. That means A and B are the ratios in the same quantities, all four having the same units, and they are in the simplest form. Now if these two different ratios we make them equal, then I get here A upon B is equal to C upon D, which I can also write it as A is to B is in proportion with C is to D. Any way you can write. So when two ratios are equal, that is, if the terms are considered, first ratio is considered as A is to B, second is C is to D, then I say A upon B is equal to C upon D, then, or A is to B is in proportion with C is to D, then I say A, B, C, D are the four quantities which are in proportion. A, B, C, D are in proportion. Is that clear to all of you? And here A, B, C, D all are the four terms of this proportion. D say is the fourth proportional here. And also you must have studied this. These two terms B and C are known as what? Means. And A and D are known as which term? Extremes. Okay. These are the mean terms and these are the extreme terms. And also you have studied this, that product of means is equal to product of extremes. So simple, children. Everybody has revised this, I hope. And by cross multiplication also you can get A into D is equal to B into C, or here also product of means B into C is equal to product of extremes A into D. These things are clear. Now let's start with some simple questions here. The question is, what least number must be added to each of the numbers 5, 11, 19 and 37 so that they are in proportion? Question is clear? You have to search the smallest number, least number, which if you add to these four numbers 5, 11, 19 and 37, if you adding that smallest number to these four numbers, what will be the result? These all four numbers will be in proportion. Right now they are not in proportion, but they will be in proportion. So what will be our first step here? We have to assume that what is that number which makes all these four numbers in proportion after adding. So we'll assume let the smallest number be x, or least number required be x. Now what is the statement telling? When it is added to all these four numbers, what will be the numbers? 5 plus x, 11 plus x, 19 plus x and 37 plus x. They are in proportion. So directly I will write here 5 added by x upon 11 plus x is equal to 19 plus x upon 37 plus x. Simple, na children? These four numbers when are increased by x, they all have come in proportion. So we can write A upon B is equal to C upon D. So just now I mentioned the order is very important, children. 5, 11, 19, 37. By mistake, because you wish, you cannot change their places, because this is the first term, second term, third term, fourth term, which gives us in proportion first, second, third and fourth proportional. Clear? And now it is a simple equation, linear equation. By cross multiplication you need to simplify this. So when you are about to multiply, the first precautionary step is put brackets here. You get 5 plus x into 37 plus x equals 19 plus x into 11 plus x. Okay. Now open the brackets and start multiplying. So you get here 5 multiplied by 37, or 37 multiplied by 5. So what it is? 5. 185 plus 5x plus 37x plus x into x will be what? X square. Okay. Then again open the bracket. 19 into 11. What it is? 209 plus 19x plus 11x plus x square. Now it's not going to be a quadratic equation. Observe carefully. This x square terms are getting cancelled. So you have 185 plus 42x is equal to 209 plus 30x. Linear equation. How do we solve? We gather the terms with x on one side. So 42x minus 30x equals 209 minus 185. On simplifying, you get 12x is equal to 24. So x is what? X is equal to 2. Check what is the question asking. What least number must be added to each of these numbers so that they are in proportion? So your answer statement is what? The least number required to be added is 2. Simple. Let's see one more question. See this question now. The ages of two people are in the ratio 4:5. 16 years hence, the ratio of their ages will be 6:7. Find their present ages. So obviously we understand that the present ages, the ratio of the present ages is 4:5. And after 16 years hence, after 16 years, it will become 6:7. So first let us note down ratio of present ages 4:5. Then I'll assume let the common multiple be x. So what would be their present ages respectively? Names etc. is not mentioned, so we'll go in that flow. So present ages respectively will be 4x and 5x years, right? Now after 16 years what will happen? Their ages will be, the person who is presently 4x years old, he will become 4x plus 16 years, right? And the other person who is 5x will become 5x plus 16 years old respectively. And what is given? The ratio after 16 years is 6:7. So let's work for that. 4x plus 16 upon 5x plus 16. This ratio will become 6:7. Solving this will give you the answer. You go for cross multiplication. You have 7 bracket 4x plus 16 equals 6 bracket 5x plus 16. Work out. 7 4s are 28x. 16 7s are 160. 112. 7 16s are 112. 30x plus 16 6 are 96. Gather the terms with x on one side. 28x minus 30x is equal to 96 minus 112. This gives you minus 2x is equal to minus 16. So from either side we will cancel the minus sign. So you have x is equal to 16 by 2. Therefore x is equal to what? 8. So we have got the common multiple as 8. We have to find the present ages. So therefore present ages are, first one is what children? 4x. So 4x will be what? 4 into 8. That is what? 32 years. And other person 5x. So 5 into 8. What is that? 40 years. Right? So this was the simple application part I have shown you of ratio and proportion. In the next video, we shall see the properties of proportion.